Now at noon, a former Miami teacher has been arrested for his inappropriate relationship with a student.
And we've got some chilly weather across the area, and it's still going to get colder yet. We'll have a look at your forecast coming up.
Plus, a new store in Joplin has their grand opening today, and local shoppers are already lining up to get in.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on KOAM News at Noon. I'm Caitlin O'Shaughnessy. In today's top story, a former Miami public school teacher is facing federal charges for travel with the intent to engage in illicit sexual conduct. According to court documents obtained by KOAM and filed in the Northern District of Oklahoma, Ronald Dale Sanders, 54, was indicted on October 19, 2023. The court documents reveal that on the night of October 14, 2023, the 14-year-old victim told her father goodnight and went to her bedroom. About 11:26 p.m., the victim's dad realized his daughter was not in her bed. At that time, he noticed a blue 4-door Nissan parked in the alley behind their home. He checked the victim's phone location, and it revealed that it was located in the area of the blue Nissan behind the house. The court filings say that the victim's dad drove his truck from the front of the house into the alley. He parked behind the Nissan to look for the victim, and as the victim's dad moved his truck, he saw his daughter walking from the Nissan and toward their house. He started to get out of his truck when the Nissan rapidly reversed, hitting his truck and speeding away. At that point, the dad followed the other vehicle and called 911. The Nissan drove from Welch into Ottawa County, where the Sheriff's Office and Oklahoma Highway Patrol stopped the car. Court filings reveal that Sanders was the driver of the Nissan, and he was arrested at that time on charges of driving under suspicion and transportation of open container. The filings say that a law enforcement searched the then impounded Nissan registered to Sanders, and inside they found numerous sex toys. In the meantime, on October 15th, Sanders posted bond on the state charges and was released from jail. According to court documents, the victim told her dad that she knew Sanders and was in a sexual relationship with him. She met Sanders when he was a teacher at Miami Public School. The court filing reveals that a Facebook profile belonging to Sanders indicates he is currently a teacher at Hickman Mills Middle School near Kansas City, Kansas. On October 15th, the victim was examined by a registered nurse and sexual assault nurse examiner. The victim disclosed that she had engaged in oral and vaginal sexual with Sanders in the early morning hours of October 8th, and on October 14th, the day the victim's dad found them together, she and Sanders had engaged in open-mouth kissing. Miami Public Schools Superintendent Nick Highsmith sent a note to parents regarding the arrest. The letter notes that Sanders worked for the district during the 2021-2022 school year. Highsmith indicated that the district is cooperating with the ongoing investigation, which is being led by the FBI.
Yeah, we've got temperatures continuing to fall across the area thanks to a cold front from this morning. So this was a look at that line earlier, fairly well defined, just a few scattered showers and storms passing through the area with it. But the one thing it definitely brought was much colder temperatures. We had those cloudy skies, even a heavy drizzle falling in the Joplin and Pittsburgh area early this morning as well. Didn't pick up on radar, but definitely reduced visibilities a bit and made the roadways wet this morning. Yesterday started at 66, so 1 degree below where we're supposed to be for this time of year. That gives you an idea how above average we've been here lately, but that is about to change. Made it up to 79, so not quite near record highs, but almost to 80 degrees out there. And that's the last day like that we're going to see. We have got cold weather coming through. Going through the evening, we are looking at cloudy to mostly cloudy skies across the area. Now, good news is take a look at the temperatures. Not a lot of change over the next several hours, and that is because the clouds will act like a thermal blanket, and they're going to try and lock our temperatures in right around the mid-40s for our overnight lows. So here's an idea of what we're tracking here. Temperatures will continue to fall as we head through the weekend, and we've got the showers and maybe even a couple of thunderstorms continuing with us through at least Sunday. And we're going to warm up a little bit as we head into the end of next week. We'll take a look at your full forecast and these fluctuating temperatures here in just a few more minutes.
Oh dear, things got quite wild after school at McKinley Elementary yesterday. At about 3 p.m. Thursday afternoon, a deer ran into McKinley Elementary School and then into the library. The doors to the library were secured, so the deer was in the library alone. Joplin Animal Control were summoned to come remove the deer. On scene, spectators could observe the deer jumping up on windows, tearing down the blinds in the process. The windows, however, did not break. Minutes later, someone opened the library door and the deer ran back outside. No one was injured in the incident. It's National Pro Bono Celebration Week. Locally, the Pittsburgh office of the Kansas Legal Services helps low-income Kansans by providing legal and mediation services. Between 2020 and 2022, they served more than 1,600 clients, 70% of them being women.
I just had a contested divorce case for a client, and if I were to bill my time at what my hourly rate would be in private practice, the attorney's fees would have been probably $25,000 or $30,000. They ended up paying us nothing.
Include the working poor, veterans, homeowners and renters, families with children, farmers, people with disabilities, and the elderly. Burlington opens their doors today in Joplin just in time for the holiday season. They opened in the former Bed Bath & Beyond location at 409 Geneva, where shoppers were lined up to get into the store. Burlington stores held their ribbon cutting and grand opening this morning. The store manager said they're committed to the community and it involves adoptaclassroom.org as they presented a check for $5,000 to Eastmoreland Elementary. And good news for night owls. They already list their schedule showing they'll be open till midnight every night but Sunday, with the store opening at 9 a.m. daily. They will have specials Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for shoppers this weekend. The bonus $10 card is good for just those 3 days, and then Sunday is an umbrella giveaway while supplies last. Burlington offers an extensive selection of in-season, fashion-focused merchandise at up to 60% off their retailer's price. That includes women's apparel, menswear, youth apparel, baby, beauty, footwear, accessories, home, toys, gifts, and coats. And Water Gardens Ministries presented checks to the beneficiaries from this year's 11th annual Empty Bowls event. The 2023 Empty Bowls event was held at Joplin Greenhouse and Coffee Shop in Joplin, Missouri this morning. Empty Bowls is a grassroots fundraiser brought to people in cities around the world by artists and craftspeople to care for and feed the hungry in their communities. Patrons purchase a handcrafted pottery bowl, enjoy a serving of dessert this year, and then they have an empty bowl to take home to remind them that somewhere someone is hungry. And that's a look at today's top stories and weather in the 4 states region. Up next in KOAM News at Noon. Law enforcement officials in Maine have expanded shelter-in-place orders beyond the town of Lewiston as they continue hunting for mass shooting suspect Robert Card. And later, we're making yummy mummy. Shooting rampage in Maine is still on the run, and officials are offering new details about the manhunt. 40-year-old Robert Card is accused of killing at least 18 people in the town of Lewiston Wednesday night and wounding 13 others. Police say he should be considered armed and dangerous and are warning residents in Lewiston and nearby towns to continue to shelter in place. Bradley Blackburn reports from Lewiston, Maine.
Law enforcement officials in Maine have expanded shelter-in-place orders beyond the town of Lewiston as they continue hunting for mass shooting suspect Robert Card. Police say divers will be searching the water near the dock where Card's vehicle was found.
The river is a big piece of this. The car was located there. Evidence is located in the vehicle or right there along the shores of the Androscoggin River.
On Thursday, SWAT teams, K-9 units, and helicopters scoured Card's hometown of Bowdoin, even honing in on one home in particular that came up empty. Card, an Army reservist, allegedly opened fire inside a bowling alley and restaurant in Lewiston Wednesday night, using a semi-automatic assault rifle with an extended magazine and a scope.
Every one of those rounds that got fired need to be investigated. Every one of those cartridges that lays on the ground needs to be collected.
Despite recent mental health issues, including a temporary hold at a facility over the summer, federal law would not have kept Card from obtaining a firearm. As the investigation unfolds, the names and faces of the victims are being revealed, and loved ones in lockdown are sharing memories online. Arthur Strout was at Schmenge's Bar and Grill Wednesday night playing pool with his father, but stayed behind. He and his wife, Christy, were raising a family together.
He was a good guy, and he was family-oriented, and he always took care of us.
Ben Saroy, a resident of Lewiston, says before the massacre, he always felt safe in this area.
Cherish your loved ones while they're here, because it could happen, I guess, anywhere.
More people were murdered in Lewiston Wednesday night than in the last 15 years combined. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, Lewiston, Maine.
Sources tell us that the officials are investigating whether Card was targeting a current or former girlfriend. The motive for the shooting remains unclear. Still to come on KOAM News at Noon, we see what's cooking with Mr. Food. And
Welcome back to the KOAM News at Noon. So we've got that powerful cold front sweeping through the area. We've had all those days above average temperatures for the past several days, and those are now history as temperatures are going to fall across the area. Skywatch Storm Tracker showing us earlier today where that cold front was, trying to trigger a few scattered showers and even a couple of little thunderstorms. Not much to it this morning, but the big thing it triggered was significant drops in temperature back behind it. So let's take a look down the road what we're expecting with the rest of this thing. The last of those showers and storms should be out of here probably in the next hour or so, but it's going to leave us with cloudy skies back behind it. So here's the deal. You can tell how long it takes the cool air to sweep in. By 2, still 71, Bentonville, Cassville, even in the mid-60s, Monette and Anderson, but you start heading further to the west and northwest, gets a lot colder. Here's the other thing, though. The cloud cover is going to act as a thermal blanket for us as we head into the overnight hours. Unfortunately, right now, Future Track is expecting some clearing into the northwestern portions of our viewing area, and because of that, you're not going to quite have that same thermal blanket. So Chanute, Fredonia points to the northwest, including Yates Center. You're going to get a bit colder than the rest of us tonight, because here we are at 10, still not bad. I mean, it's cold, but not bad. Mid-40s out there, maybe even some upper 40s, but you go where the clouds clear out, and unfortunately, you lose that thermal blanket. Now, the clouds return overnight, doesn't do much for you, and then we're going to have scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day, Saturday and into our Sunday, and temperatures are going to get downright cold again as we head into our Sunday. But the good news is we're not expecting any wintry precipitation with this as it goes through Sunday. It's just going to be a very cold rain. Rain chances tomorrow, 7 to 7. As you can see, not as great in the morning, but by about 10, 11 o'clock, they start building in, and our rain chances will really ramp up, and they're going to stay that way as we head through Sunday as well. Earlier in the day, we had those cloudy skies, even had some heavy drizzle in the Joplin and Pittsburgh areas, leaving roadways wet out there. Neosho didn't get nearly as much drizzle this morning, so roads not nearly as wet, but it was just cloudy and dreary, but it was warmer this morning across the area because we had temperatures into the upper 60s, low 70s out there. All of us hitting our highs early, and then those, yeah, that was it, early highs. Still, again, we got to put it out there for official reasons. It's low 70s for highs. Temperatures already falling, though. Winds shifting out of the north now. Down into the mid-40s for most of us. Again, colder temperatures out west. The winds settling down a bit. Northeast at 10. Scattered showers and thunderstorms much cooler tomorrow. We're talking mid-50s out there. And as we head into the rest of the week, look at Sunday, 46. We're going to hit that high about 2 a.m. and the temperatures are going to fall gradually through the day down to 30. 45 Monday, 48 on Tuesday. So Halloween, by the time you go trick-or-treating, the sunsets, we're talking 30s. So make sure you're bundled up, or maybe if you've got an alternative trunk or treat that's indoors where it's warm, I definitely recommend that. Overnight lows below freezing Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. As we head into the second half of next week, a bit more sunshine, so we go back into the mid-60s, and then we cool down again by next weekend with additional shower chances by next Thursday.
well, stick around because we're making yummy mummy brie in the Mr. Food Test kitchen. We'll be right back. It's time to check in with Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Today he's making a festive appetizer that's spooktacular presents will be an absolute showstopper, perfect for your Halloween parties. It's called Yummy Mummy Brie. Take a look.
We love celebrating Halloween here in the Test Kitchen. After all, when else do we get to dress up a little wacky? Plus, we love making foods that taste amazing, yet they'll scare the bejeebies out of you. Today, we have a new recipe that's perfect whether you're hosting a Halloween bash or you want to bring something special back to the office or to the pyramids. It's a mummy wrap brie, and it goes together like this. The first thing we do is split a brie in half and spoon some raspberry jam over the center of it. Now we place the top back on and set it aside. Then we place a sheet of thawed puff pastry on a cutting board and cut it into half-inch strips. These are going to be the mummy's bandages. Next, we wrap the brie with our so-called bandages until it's covered. Well, everything except for a small area around what'll be the eyes. We brush it with an egg wash and into the oven it goes. When it comes out all golden and melty, we add some eyes and it's ready to serve. When you cut into it, it'll ooze with cheesy goodness. To get the recipe for our Yummy Mummy Brie, as well as lots of other spooky favorites, all you need to do is visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen with Kelly. Can't find your mouth, can you? Where today we found a Yummy Mummy way for you to say, ooh, it's so good. Is it good? Yep.
To find this recipe, along with many others, just head over to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com and click on Mr. Food. Now here's a look at your 4-state market prices.
Again, officially hit highs early this morning in the upper 60s, low 70s. Temperatures continuing to fall behind this cold front. We'll have scattered showers and storms Saturday, cooler scattered showers throughout the day on Sunday, and falling temperatures, an early high of 46. And as we head into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we are again cold. Overnight lows below freezing Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And for trick-or-treating, make sure you bundle up or find a warm place to maybe do some trunk-or-treating.
Burr, definitely will be bundling up this weekend.
Yeah, some extra layers underneath the costume, I think.
Absolutely. Well, what do you have for us this evening?
Well, a lot at 5. For starters, in Gaza, Israeli ground forces crossed the border again overnight, the second incursion in 2 days in response to the deadly terror attacks that occurred in Israel 3 weeks ago. Hamas says Israeli airstrikes have now killed more than 7,000 Palestinians. Plus, Uniontown School District is hoping voters will pass $2 million in bonds for improvements to the district and a donation for a Joplin Early Learning Center. Hope you'll join us at 5.
All right, well, that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at Noon. Have a great and safe and spooky weekend, 4 states.